Talking Out Loud with Jazzy 929. TV and movie reviews.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I am Jazzy929, and today I am going to be reviewing The Sinister Here. On this show, I review movies and TV shows. I hope you all enjoy. Today, I'm going to be reviewing The Sinner, and we are on episode 1. It was so good. I have to say, I can't wait until the next episode. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into my review, and please let me know if you enjoy the review and what your thoughts are about how this show, where the show may be heading later on. Feel free to go ahead and leave that in the comments below this episode. We see in this episode there's a character named James, and he seems to be a longtime friend from college of Nick's. We see that he comes to Nick's house in the middle of the night with a box. We see that during that time, Nick's wife asked if he would like to come in and eat dinner with them. And we see him go in and he goes and eats dinner with them. During that time, he makes Nick uncomfortable. It seems like he wants to reveal something to Nick's wife, but Nick doesn't let him. We see that he does have a car accident in this episode because he was driving recklessly. He did have a cell phone. He asked Nick if he would help him during the time before he died. But we see that didn't happen. We see the character Nick. He seems to be a professor at a college. He has a wife a week away from giving birth to her child or their child. It seems to me like he wanted to leave James in the past. We find out in this episode that James and Nick has a relationship where they used to be intimate with each other. We see in this episode, to me, this is my personal opinion about Nick and James. They crave pain. And the reason I say that is because we see in this episode where Nick had put his hand over the grill, and that made me think that he wanted to feel pain. Let me know what your thoughts are about that, y'all. He, as far as Nick, is responsible for James' death by pulling an emergency brake, and he also didn't call 911 to help James, because during that time it looked like he wanted James to die. We see that James is actually hallucinating. He thinks that he sees James after James has already died. We see that he is not telling Harry the truth about what happened that night. We also have a character in this episode, and her name is Sonia. We find out that Sonia is a painter that lives in the location that James and Nick was headed to that night of the incident. We also find out that she knows something. It looks like during this episode we see that she's holding something back. We also have Harry, everybody, in this episode. He seems to still be a detective. He has moved in the middle of nowhere that we see. He is trying to build his bond back up with his daughter and his grandbaby. But it seems like his daughter keeps pushing him away. I think that he knows that Nick and Sonia has lied to him about what happened that night. We see that there is a phone that has been wiped down and turned off, which Nick has done. The phone actually belonged to James. We see that there was blood on the knob of the radio in the car. We see Sonia's face change during the time she was questioned by Harry. And that makes me think that she's lying about something or she knows something. And I want to know what was up with that fortune teller in the hotel room in the drawer. We see Harry goes in there and he is searching around the room, which is James' room, and he finds a fortune teller in the drawer. I want to know if y'all think that would be, something that's important later on during the show. I think that this is my personal opinion, y'all. I think that James and Nick are serial killers, and they have a pact, with each other. Besides the fact that they was lovers back in the day, or whenever, it looked like it was back in the day, it looks like they was up to some mischievous stuff. Like, I think, personally, they was out killing people, killing cats, whatever serial killers do, they have profiles of serial killers. I want to know what y'all think, that's what I got off of them, and also what I got off of the trailer, so let me know what your thoughts are about the whole new season of the Sinister and episode 1 that we've seen. With that being said, I want to thank you all for joining me. Until next time.